pretty iconic place on the calendar. And entering the last corner. So let's see what Joseph Hills can do on his first lap out. This pretty long straight. Let's see how fast he can go. 330, making the most of the track that he can. Driver in front is getting out of the way into turn 2 and of course turn 3. Then we got the second DRS zone leading up to this very slow portion of the track into turn 4 and 5. And then you get a double right-hander which you turn on only once. And into the S's, taking as much curb as you can. And by the exit of this curb, you get the third DRS zone. To the stadium, get it off track, but keeps it valid. Not the best of laps that he had, I think, but into the last corner and taking the short line. Over start finish and goes a 117.3. Next car who will set the lap is TD and coming over the line in a 117.7, so he's 4/10 slower than Joseph Hills. And let's see what our feature driver of the day is going to do, and he's going fastest in a 117.2, going a tenth faster than Joseph Hills did. So let's follow Padge for his first flying lap. Snacks put in a lap on the hard tire. Pretty much off the pace at the moment. And Padge entering the S's. Just a few cars in front. But luckily, I believe they're also on a flying lap, and this is the third DRS zone. And entering the stadium, taking as much track as he can. This so slow corner. And Joseph Hills retired from the session with his 117.3, and I believe, and Padge goes a tenth slower than Joseph Hills, but puts himself in 5th in a 117.4. Inflated we didn't put a time in at the moment, but currently on a flying lap. Greg has left the session. With a car in front of him, but that gets out of the way and inflated into the S's. Inflated into the last corner and over the line in a 117.5, and it puts him in 7th, but he did it on the medium tire. a lot of different tire strategies at the moment in play. So let's see what Ross can do. Over start finish in a 1:16.6 and puts him in second place just behind Scuderia, who is fastest at the moment in a 1:16.5. And Josh currently out on track, and see that we got 18 drivers, so we were going to lose 3 drivers at the end. See you in the race, Joseph. Good luck with work today, mate. And what can Smaller Smiley do? That's a little bit of a wiggle coming out of the corner into the S's. And oh, and just like I want to say that it's so easy to invalidate your lap over there. So Hungry Throne currently into the S's and keeps it within the lines. Open is DRS. Goes purple in sector 2. Into the stadium. It looks like pretty clean. Lap and into the last corner. This long right-hander and goes third fastest. 4 tenths behind Ross. But Ross and Scuderia are both really close to each other. Then a 4 tenth gap to Hungry Throne. Yeah, Joseph, that's pretty awesome, mate. And Josh going fastest, so he's really up with the pace in a 1:16.0. With deflated wheel currently in 10th place, but it's of course all about the race and where you end up in the race. Exotic planes in turn 1, followed by this chicane turn 2 and 3, and into the second DRS zone. The car just in front of him is going nicely out of the way. So what can exotic planes do in this second sector? We need to find a real great rhythm, especially through those S's. And keep it within those lines over there. You can easily invalidate your lap. And exotic planes driving out of the stadium into the last corner. Looking to get as quick as possible under throttle and goes 10 fastest in a 1:17.4. So again, this tier, as always, it's so close. You got some great drivers just together, like TD and Hungry Throne, both within 100ths of a second of each other. Do from purple sector 1:28.6, I believe. And this is the part of the track where you can lose so much time because it's so slow, and of course it's how fast you can go on the slow parts. Keeps it within the lines and into this last DRS zone and lining his car up to go into the stadium. keeps it nice between the lines into the slow left-hander and slow right-hander and into this long right-hander, where you can line up your car to go over start finish, and he takes the short line and puts himself in 6th place in the 117.0. So he will join TD and Hungry Throne with also a 117.0. Only driver currently out on track who didn't put a lap in is Smaller Smiley, and he's currently on a flying lap. Makes most of the track that he can do, and that's the first sector in 28.8. So yeah, it's such a short lap that you can't say that much about it, but Smaller Smiley into the looks like Bloody is really trying, and he's got a gap about 5.5 seconds to the cars behind, but he really needs to improve to go to Q2, I believe, with 2 minutes left on the clock, with Bloody into the stadium. Hopefully he can harvest enough ERS to go for another run. But let's see what he can do. He puts himself in 5th place in the 116.7. So he's really up there with Ross, Scuderia, and Josh, of course, fastest, followed by Mr. Wiggles. If you want to go to Q2, then you need to go to a 17 low, I think. So Mr. Colucci on his last flying lap during this session, with a Haas just in front of him. It should be Smaller Smiley in front of him. So Mr. Colucci currently in 18th. And needs to beat Exotic Plains in a 117.4. So with the white black checkered flag waving, Mr. Colucci coming into the last corner. Tries to go to unthrottle as soon as he can and going 16th, so he's out of qualifying. Same can be said from Mason. And what can Kellekel do? He is improving, but still not enough to go to Q2. And 6/10, so that could be Exotic Plains in danger, but Exotic Plains is just in front of him and improved to 12th. So Patch is currently in the danger zone. And what can Kellekel do? Kellekel goes 13th in the 117.1. So sadly we're going to lose Patch. And the other two drivers I will tell you in a short bit. So there you have it for qualifying 1, with Josh, our championship leader, going faster in a 116.0, followed by Mr. Wiggles. And sadly we're going to lose Mason, Mr. Colucci and Padge. So sadly we're going to lose both McLaren cars and the Red Bull. And then you can win so much time. And of course these S's, then you need to take as much track as you can to get the right trajectory through those corners and keeps it within those lines and open his DRS, so lines his car up for the stadium section. And into, of course, these slow corners. Go onto the throttle. And over the line in a 116.6. And John Pant behind him in a 117.2. Angerthorn a tenth slower in a 117.3. With 4 drivers still in pit lane. And Scuderia going fastest in a 116.2. And Exotic Planes going 7th in a 117.6. Josh still in pit lane like we used to from him. And what can Ross do? After he's invalidated his first lap, he's going 3rd fastest in a 116.7. What can Mr. Wiggles do? 6.8 in the 2nd sector. Looks like pretty decent. In the stadium. And into the last corner. And Mr. Wiggles going 2nd in a 116.4. It looks like he's going to try it. This first sector is the sector that of course is fastest with those 2 pretty long straights. Then you get into this very tricky, twisty part. Josh keeps it valid coming out of the S's, but he's pretty much out of ERS at the moment. Into the stadium, where you don't have to use any ERS of course, but let's see if it hurts its time at the end. And coming into the last corner, and coming over the line in a 116.4 would put him in 4th place with 4 minutes left on the clock. So I think he has enough time to go for another run. Exotic Planes 3 times faster than he did before, so he will need a little bit more to jump just in front of John Pant. But Smaller Smiley is also pretty close in front, so go 11th in a 117.2. Maybe an outlap, but it looks like Platty found himself in a little bit of traffic. This next left, Platty goes to 10th up on his time. Exotic Planes on an outlap. with a minute left on the clock. I think most drivers who are currently out on track could be safe. With Joseph Hill's the only driver who didn't put a lap in. Ross going 4th in a 1:16.4. Just a thousandth of a second in front of Josh. And Joseph Hill's going 3rd in a 1:16.3. So TD could be in danger. Smiley going a 10th up. The game disconnected me also a few times today, so I don't know what's really wrong at the moment. I hope that will be the last disconnection that you have, but Smiley over the line going 8th. Exotic Plains. What can he do? Can he get in front? So Platty 12th. Pant 11th. Exotic Plains coming over the line. Going 11th in a 1:16.8. So what can John Pant and hopefully he can make up some places during the race. And if I'm correct, I see Platty getting a 5 grid penalty. So let's see how is lap. First flying lap of this Q3. To turn 1 and into the chicane turn 2 and 3. Don't know for sure if the chronos get any names over here, but then we got the second DRS zone. Followed by this very slow chicane and this double right-hander. I think it's more like a chicane, but then you get this yeah, personally I find it's the trickiest part, because when you just get offline then you need to do so much correction. So to this slow part and of course into this last corner. I forgot something. And Joseph Hill's going fast in a 1:15.9. So that looks like a very fast time compared to the last session. With Scuderia going a little bit slower in a 1:16.0, followed by his teammate in a 1:16.6 and Killer Kell in a 1:17.2. As Willis drove his car into pit lane and deflated we going 4th because Ross going in 3rd. Ross is joining the fight with those two drivers just in front of him. Just entering the last corner to go onto the start finish straight and start his lap. So what can Josh do? Josh, who is driving a very great, has a really great season. Going purple in sector 1. Scored 313 points during this season. And of course, after this race, we got Brazil and Abu Dhabi left. So Josh ending his lap and over the line and going fast in a 1:15.6, so he's 3/10 up on the time of Joseph Hills. What a great show of power. Smaller Smiley going 8th in a 1:17.3. So we got Josh on pole, on provisional pole, with a gap of 3/10 to Joseph Hills, who's followed closely by Scuderia and Ross. Then a little gap to Deflated Wee, and then we got a 4:10 gap to TD, who has a 6:10 gap to Killer Cal. And Mr. Wiggles currently on a flying lap, and he and Hungry Throne both didn't put a lap in at the moment. Yeah, that's some great qualifying from you, Joseph. You have a really great feeling of this track, I believe, with zero practice, and it's great to see that you're doing this great. With only Smaller Smiley and Hungry Throne of Smaller Smiley was on track, but only Mr. Wiggles currently on track, coming into the last corner with 5 minutes left to go in the session. With Hungry Throne going out and Mr. Wiggles going in 6th place in a 1:16.2. 3:15 left on the clock. Still only 3 drivers on track. Joseph Hills joined TD and Hungry Throne. Both drivers are on for a start-finish straight, and Hungry Throne into the first 3 corners. Into the second DRS zone. And it's a tricky part, but it's just as beautiful, as tricky as it is. So when you nail this corner, then it's up to the stadium. And with 2 minutes and 10 seconds left on the clock, we're going to see a lot more action out on the track. With Hungry Throne going 7th in a 1:16.4. And TD going 7th in a 1:16.3. So TD is a 10th quicker than Hungry Throne. Let's see if Joseph Hills can improve on his time. Also for his last lap with 45 seconds left on the clock. With Joseph Hills just behind him and Hungry Throne retired from the session. I think he did that in pit lane. All other drivers currently out on track. And let's see if Joseph Hills can attack the time from Josh. Put a really fast lap on the board. really close to the car to kill a kill in front of him, but also invalidated his lap. So with Josh also improving on his time, and Scuderia also improving, he's just behind Josh, and Ross invalidated. So Ross is done for this session. Deflated we also improving a little bit on his time. Let's see what it will give him at the end. And going 4 fastest in a 1:16.1. Joseph Fields also finished qualifying. And what can Scuderia do? He's just behind Josh, who's also improving. And what can Josh improved his time, and it's a 1:15.4. Scuderia goes seconds in a 1:15.6. And what is TD doing? He invalidated this lap. So this is qualifying. And we got pole position for Josh, followed closely by Scuderia. Wait and see, because we got 10 seconds left before the lights go on and we go racing. Good luck, all drivers, and of course have fun. Keep it clean and let's have a great one. And the first 3 lights are on, 4, 5. And the lights are off, and here we go for the Mexico Grand Prix. And it looks like Josh has a really great start from P1, who's followed by Deflated Wee in P2. So the championship contenders are in P1 and P2 with Deflated Wee on the outside, and Josh keeps it clean. Both cars side by side, and Deflated Wee is still next to Josh. But Josh gets the advantage and keeps at P1. Behind him is Ross fighting with Joseph, and then the both Ferraris. Smaller Smiley is dropping back. It's in a fight with Killer Cal for P7. And looks like Josh is driving away a little bit, but Josh and Deflated and Ross are all within a second of each other. The field really needs to settling in at the moment, of course. Exotic Plains and Greg side by side, coming into the start finish, and Greg overtakes Exotic Plains coming out of the last corner. Exotic Plains has looks on the inside. And wow, what a clean driving from both drivers. Hungry thrown in the gearbox by Snacks. Meantime, just in front of the field, Josh is driving away from Deflated Wee, but having a look at the tire strategy, most drivers are on the hard tires except Greg, who's on the soft, and Flatty and Smaller Smiley both on the medium tire. So by the looks of it, most drivers have the same tire strategy, with Smaller Smiley going fast in a 1:19.4. And DRS, of course, is enabled in lap 3. hiccup during the connection, but luckily we're still here. And looking at the fight between Josh and Deflated Wii, but the fight between the both Ferraris and of course Smiley, that's more the fight that's really happening at the moment. Keeping a close eye on the front of the field. And at the moment we got still all drivers still on track. And after behind Mr. Wiggles we got the first real gap that's happening. It's almost to a second, and Ross dropping back. What happened to Ross? Ross dropping back to P10. Scuderia is followed closely by his teammate TD. And then they got half a second gap to Smaller Smiley, who's in a fight with Mr. Wiggles, who's within 0.3 of a second of him. And we got a small gap to Platty, who's in a fight with Killer Cow. Then we got a fight between John Pant and Ross. Then Snacks, who's been attacked by Hungry Throne, who had a little bit of a look there. But coming into the S's, and Joseph Hills is the first one to pick up a 3-second penalty of the day. I think that won't be the last one that we're going to see today, but hopefully it will keep with this, but you never know. Hungry Throne already looking to drive on a different line through those corners. And Snacks has a little bit of a moment coming out of that last corner. And in the meantime has lost the fight between Smaller Smiley and TD, but Scuderia is in the meantime pretty close to Joseph Hills, who doesn't have any DRS, and of course Scuderia has. Scuderia is still behind Joseph. And the drivers just in front are going to be driving away in the meantime. Already we got 4 laps done, and from the 36, so this could be a very quick race that we're going to see. Joseph really under pressure from Scuderia, who has lost a little bit of time through that last sector. And of course now gaining on Joseph Hills. But try to keep behind him to make a move on the second DRS zone. Let's see if he can make a move and what he's going to try. And he puts his car on the inside, but Joseph Hills really defends his position really nice. Scuderia has a little bit of a look, but can't make the move stick. Can't get his car really next to Joseph. And in the meantime, Smaller Smiley is getting also in the fight, joined by Mr. Wiggles and of course TD, who dropped another position to Mr. Wiggles. Josh currently driving away. That's a 2-second gap to the driver behind him. We've got a yellow flag in sector 3, and I think it's can see who it was. Maybe it Mason. But Hungry Throne is the second driver who picks up a 3-second penalty. Scuderia is still behind Joseph Hills, has a look on the inside, but Joseph Hills again defends his position really nice. But I think now it's hard to keep his position because Scuderia is just in front. And now Scuderia is on the inside, so now he made the move stick. But Joseph Hills isn't giving up into this double right-hander. Exotic Plains is already in the pit lane. And Scuderia looks like he has a little bit more momentum than Joseph Hills and driving a little bit away coming into the stadium. Of course he needs a little bit of breathing room coming into the long start-finish straight, and Mr. Colucci picking up a 3-second penalty and dropping back to P17 with Padgestic in the fight with John Pant for P13. But our championship leader is currently out in front with almost a 5-second gap to Deflated Wii. Again, thank you Deflated to sending me the invite to get back in the lobby and get you all back into this race with Scuderia in third, followed still closely by Joseph Hill. And then we got a second gap to Smaller Smiley and Mr. Wiggles. So the fight in front for the midfield for positions 3 till 7, 8 is still going on. And under pressure from Snacks, Hungry Throne and Padgestic. Feels still in a fight with Scuderia. Scuderia can't get away, so Scuderia can't get any closer to Deflated Wii. So our championship contenders, Deflated Wii and Josh, were pretty much in front. Have to decide between them to get the championship done. Smaller Smiley picking up a 3-second penalty. Let's wait. But he of course gets a little bit of a breathing space with that pit stop that he made. Dropping back to P16. Let's see. We've just made a pit stop at the moment, and I think he would be dropping back just in front of Snacks. And a yellow flag in sector 3 for Mr. Colucci, I think. And Patch and Greg going into pit lane with his 13 laps old soft tire. I think it's could be a one-stopper what Greg is trying to do, so that could be interesting to keep an eye on. With Mr. Wiggles picking up with 3-second penalties, penalty for multiple warnings. And Josh really stepping away from deflated wheel and showing his true pace, and yeah. With Miss Wiggles going fastest of all in a 1:19. And Scuderia still in front of Joseph Hills, really defending his position in P3. And with all the penalties just behind him, it could be positive for him at the end. With 20 laps left to go. Already lap 16 from 36. Josh leading comfortably to deflated wheel. It's 6.7 behind him. And 1.2 behind him is Scuderia. And Scuderia looks to be closing in on deflated wheel, but also Joseph Hills is closing in on Scuderia. And we've got a yellow flag in sector 1 for a Haas car. And it could be Snacks. Yes, sadly it's Snacks who had a moment in the first sector. Scuderia is currently within a second of deflated wheel, so are the tires from deflated wheel gone? I think Scuderia was just too far away to get this DRS. It's the real DRS train. And it's also a track where you can have that, of course. It's with that long start-finish straight, it's crazy. But the pace from Josh, it's so great. Sadly, Snacks retired. Sad to see that happening, Snacks. So currently we lost 2 drivers. Our feature driver John Pant and Snacks. Championship leader is currently in first, and second is deflated wheel. Exotic Planes getting a 3-second penalty. The ghost car from Snacks. Hopefully not many drivers got any problems with that car. Mr. Wiggles is really close to Joseph Hales and can't make a move stick. Yellow flag, I believe it's for Platty. Who had a moment coming out of turn 3. Picking up a penalty, so we got 2, 4, 6 drivers who didn't pick up a penalty. The other 10 drivers all have at least one penalty. Will Mr. Wiggles try it again to make a move on Joseph Hales for P4? I think he had a look, but couldn't make a move stick, so kept it safe and will try it another lap, but the RS train is so terrible. The DRS train is back together. With P3, 4, 5, 6, no, 3, 4, 5 together. And Joseph Hales coming into pit lane to make his pit stop. Same can be said by Mr. Wiggles. So they were trying to to do the undercut. What happened there? Wait. So Josh is trying it long, going for a longer stint compared to the other drivers. Let's see if he is going for a stint to push it to the soft tire, or will he go onto the medium tire on the safer bet? Because I think it's a long way to go on the soft tire. But he's still going. Got a 28 seconds gap to Hungry Throne. But let's keep an eye on the gap to Scuderia. Already 30.5, and I think he was 9 seconds in front. before the pit stop from Scuderia. He's really taking a gamble to go for such a long stint. But it could pay off in the end, with TD going faster than the 118.4. Of course, with that new set of tires, with the heat in those tires. And by the looks of it, Scuderia looks to be closing in on the leader. Sorry guys for the lagging of the game. And Josh is making his pit stop. So let's keep an eye on Scuderia. And let's see if he can get, if he made the undercut work. Or did he have any with Hungry Throne just in front of him, he was also making his pit stop at the moment. And Scuderia putting in the fastest lap of the race. And by the looks of the timing screen, it looks like Scuderia made up some really great time. But of course, Josh is on the fresher set of tires. Joseph Hill's in the fight with Deflated Wee and getting in front of Deflated Wee through those S's. So that was a really nice move from Joseph. Deflated Wee with that newest set of tires. And Patch is pretty close, getting pretty close to Greg, just in front of him. Up stage with yellow flag in sector 2, and I think it's I know for sure it's Mr. Colucci at the moment. And TD still within a second of Ross. We got 2 laps old medium tires and Josh 4 laps old. So I think all drivers should be safe at the moment. And we're still picking up another penalty, another 3 seconds. Lucci retired from the session in the pit lane. With losing Mr. Colucci, we got 4 drivers who didn't make the finish for this moment. And I stream from my Xbox. Because I don't have the stream. It's a shame to see you retiring, Snacks. I hope your knee will heal soon. Scuderia getting in front of Mr. Wiggles again, so this could be a fight that will be going until the end. it's currently the only fight that's really happening on track at the moment. And deflated, we picking up a 3-second penalty. Hungry Throne is closing in on Smarler Smiley, it seems. And they're side by side, coming into turn 1. But Hungry Throne keeping it safe and tried to make a move another moment. He's got DRS and is going to try it on the outside. And then he's got the inside over here, but they're still side by side coming into this double right-hander. And Smaller Smiley drops back to P8. Into the S's. And Mr. Wiggles and Scuderia are still in a fight for that second place on track. Yeah, Josh has really been quick, but he's been quick all season long. And he's pretty consistent, if I'm not mistaken. And of course, this track really looks to suit him. And Joseph Hill's picking up another penalty. I'm just praying it will be. The game keeps working until the end of the race. Come on. Smaller Smiley putting a set of soft tires on his Haas car. Which drops him back to P10, just behind Padge. Josh coming into the last corner to go onto the flying lap. So Josh currently in first, got a real big gap to Mr. Wiggles. And if he doesn't make any mistakes, this could mean he could bring it home. Into this tricky part with the double right-hander, and of course this great portion of S's. Yes, on God, that was my idea. bringing in the championship, coming into the stadium, with the stadium going crazy, into this last corner, and bringing home the championship. Congratulations, Josh, for bringing in the championship from the AT1. What a great season from him. Congratulations. And Scuderia comes in second. Mr. Wiggles in third. Ross in fourth. PD in fifth. Hungry Throne in sixth. But because of his penalties, he dropped back to P7 and Killer Kel comes in P6. So Patch with 11 seconds of penalties comes in P8. And Smaller Smiley P9. And Deflated Wee improves to P8. So this crazy race with a lot of disconnects on myself, so sorry if you watch the stream back if you have some disconnects. But luckily we got the championship winning lap from Josh. So there you have it. The championship of 81 is in the books. And Josh can have a big party. Of course, he takes home the victory and his championship. Does the little victory dance. And congratulations, Josh. With this great podium in the stadium. Again, congratulations, Josh, for picking up the victory and the championship. Scuderia for coming in second, and Mr. Wiggles for completing the podium in third. Fourth comes Ross, TD in fifth, Killer Kel P6, Hungry Throne P7, P8 Deflated Wee, P9 Padgestic, P10 Smaller Smiley, Mason P11, Joseph Hills P12. Greg P13 and Exotic Plains comes P14. And sadly we lost Mr. Colucci, Platy, Snacks and John Pant. So there you have it. The race and the championship are all decided in Mexico.